Hello everyone, I am here this afternoon in sunny California with Janet Thomas, the author of the book. And I always get this confused, so I have to look at it. Lemons, Lemonade, and Life. Sometimes I put the lemonade first.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't go that way, does it?
No, it usually starts with lemons.
That's the only way you can get your lemonade, right?
Yeah.
And I have delved into this book, and I have to tell you, Janet, meeting you and reading the book, they go together.
Oh,
because your
thank you.
voice comes out in it, and it's so calming and reassuring, and it guides you in a way that you're not, you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm not doing something right. You feel like even if I'm not doing anything right, it's okay.
Yes.
And that's what you want us to get. It's okay.
It is okay. What I have found in my own healing process, Robin, is that the biggest issue that I had was judging how I was feeling about things. And it's the judgment that stopped me from really moving forward. And once I realized that when I released the judgment, whatever I was feeling just moved through very quickly. If I was feeling sad, instead of thinking that I was bad or wrong for feeling sad, I was just calling it what it is. Like we talk about neutralization, just describing something. If I just said, I am sad, it would move through it more quickly. Instead of, I'm sad, therefore I'm bad, I'm wrong, I'm never going to amount to anything, my life isn't worth living. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means you're sad.
Yes, you just said, or it didn't work out that time.
Yeah.
That time. And it was funny when I started reading this, I had one of those, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to be able to do what I want to do moments.
Yes.
After I read the part about neutralization.
Yes.
And I was tearing, crying on my knees, and I said, get up. And I started to neutralize. I started to say, okay, it's one thing, Robin. It's not the rest of your life. You can move on from this.
Yeah.
And we know that, but when we hear the words, when we see them in print, and know someone like yourself that's lived it, that can testify to it.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I am so happy because neutralization to me is the key tool. Now there are 3 tools that I love that I think that once we incorporate those, we're good to go. And one of them, the first one is neutralization. Like when there is an event that happens, you just describe it. You just call it what it is without any judgment, and then you move through it. So as an example, let's say, let's think about something that we might want to neutralize. Like let's think about something. Something that we may have beat ourselves up with before.
Well, being a parent, you don't always know that you're doing the best job. And my daughter had some struggles in reading. She's doing phenomenal. Telling you, you're the best. But I didn't know what I was doing wrong that couldn't help her. And I felt like the grade that was coming home was just as much my grade as it was her grade. And so sitting in parent-teacher conference, I just at a loss and heartbreaking because she's upset, and my heartbreaking because what am I not doing right as a mother? I'm horrible. I'm not spending enough time with her.
There you go. There you go. So if we were going to neutralize that, basically it's just that the baby's having a challenge in reading, and that's all it means. It doesn't mean you're a bad mom, but as moms, that's exactly where it goes.
Where we go.
Everything. You know what? That is the zip code where we live. Everything goes to that place. I'm a bad mom, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, she had a bad day today. I'm a bad mom.
I didn't make her lunch the best.
I didn't make her lunch the best. I'm a bad mom.
Yes, I'm horrible.
Right. So that's where we go with it. So if we were going to neutralize it, we would back up all those steps and just call something what it is. She's having a challenge with her reading. Or she didn't like her lunch today. And that's all it is, right? So what I've come to find out is when we neutralize, it gives us the ability to have a different meaning instead of automatically giving the meaning that it has always had, which is always to beat ourselves up about something. If we're not beating ourselves up about something, then something must be wrong.
Right, exactly.
So why can't our babies just have trouble with reading and it not be about us? Right? But that's where the training comes in. Let it be okay that we have a reading challenge. Let it be okay that the lunch didn't turn out okay. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Doesn't mean they're not going to succeed in school. Doesn't mean we're a bad person. It just means the lunch wasn't right. So when we describe things, it really slows down our brains to just get up off of our backs a little bit. So,
in doing that, once we start to practice that and things are going good, because on the inside, which you and I talked about, it's all starting in here. So if I'm okay in here, everybody else around me is going to be okay too.
Yes, we radiate from within how things are going to be on the outside. So when we find peace, when we find tranquility on the inside, when we find clarity on the inside, that reflects. So the whole point, and the reason why I wrote the book is because my own journey of getting clear from having transformed a lot of lemons into lemonade, a lot of lemons.
Throw those lemons out.
Open them up, sweeten them up, and they're just wonderful tools to grow from. So as we clear up on the inside, the whole premise is that the inside is reflected in our outer reality. So if we have non-preferred situations in our world, fix it on the inside first, and then the outside changes.
Okay, so we fix the inside.
Yes.
And we're doing good. We're doing good. And lemon pops up. Because they're going to come.
Life is life.
Yes.
Yeah, we're always going to.
We're down again. You know, we can't do anything right. And why did I decide to do this? How do you stabilize that? What's the balance? Is it okay to have those days?
Yes, absolutely. Because this is life. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be even keeled. But when those situations come up, this gives us an opportunity to neutralize them and to work with them and practice what we know. So as an example, if you don't get you don't get that job interview, it doesn't mean you're bad or wrong or not going to be employed or whatever. It just means you did not get that job interview.
That one.
That one. And we can live with that.
Sure.
We can survive that. So whenever a lemon comes up, because life is full of them.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's just about neutralizing them, calling them what they are, letting ourselves be okay with how we feel about them. I did not get that job interview and I'm upset about that. There's nothing wrong with being upset about that. Let it be okay.
Acknowledge that you're upset.
Yes, we have to allow ourselves to give ourselves the love, the understanding, the support, the acknowledgement that we deserve. Once we give it to ourselves, oh my gosh, so many things clear up. It just clears up everything instead of looking for that from other people.
The validation.
The validation.
Oh, that's huge. Especially I don't know, I'd have to say I'm a woman, so I can just speak from that aspect. And we want everybody to validate us. We want to be the PTA mom, and we want to be the great employee at work, and to our mate or our spouse, we want to be the best. So, it's difficult to deal with all of that. A supermom mom complex is what I call it.
Yes.
And a lot of us suffer from it, but at the same time, we're martyrs to it almost. And so you talk about journaling in here, which is powerful. And you hear about it. Oprah talks about it. People talk about it. But when I, with my own two eyes, said, okay, this is something that's worked for Janet. Let me try this. It is amazing the things that come out. And you just write. You said just write. Don't think about it.
Don't
just
judge it.
Put it out.
Just let it out.
It's like for lack of a better word, a vomit, if you will.
Let it out. Let it all out. No judgment, no criticism, no shoulds. However the words come out, whether it's in poetry or long sentences or one word at a time or rap or however you write, just write. Because the point is to let that energy flow. Let it be okay however you're feeling, and it just transforms everything. Let it be okay. Understand yourself. Validate yourself. Realize how amazing and strong you are. And then it starts lightening you up on the inside. You start radiating differently. You start magnetizing the things that you want because you clear it up on the inside first. It's amazing. Yeah.
It really has brought some clarity. I will have to say that.
Clarity.
It's clarity. Inside, not just from the outside. So in here, if you make lemonade, you have to have lemons.
Yes.
We have those. Water.
Water.
Sugar.
Sugar.
And you mix it all up.
And you mix it up.
So give me the water and the sugar. What pieces make up the water and the sugar?
Okay. Well, of course, we know what the lemons are. Whatever our non-preferred situations are, those are what I call lemons. And the water is what I found to be the most important thing, because I think we're clogged up a lot. Like, we're conditioned to hold things in. We're conditioned to pretend everything is okay. And what do we do when it's not okay? Let it just sit in there?
Right.
The water work is about releasing. It is about calling something what it is without judgment and letting it be okay however we feel about it. And allow ourselves to feel that way. Like, we're not going to die because we start to cry.
Right.
Crying doesn't mean death. It only feels that way. It only feels that way, and we've been taught that it's not okay. Yet what I have found is that is the direct relationship to feeling better. When we allow our emotions to ride themselves out, if we are angry about something, if we release it safely. I love banging on pillows as an example.
That's a good one.
It's just banging on pillows. Harm to none, you let it out. I'm so mad about this. And it comes out of your body safely. You ride it out, and it resolves itself, and then you feel better instead of it festering, and you get the clarity. You get to see what's underneath the anger, what's underneath the hurt. And then you get to your positive wishes. I really want X, Y, Z. I really want to have a good relationship. I really want to feel safe, within my home. I really want to know that I'm a good person. But we can't really get to what's really bothering us if we don't express how it's impacted us.
And that's the water, and that's how we think about
that. That's the water.
When we're working through the combination, and the sugar.
And the sugar is where the clarity comes in. Like, after we release without any harm to ourselves or anyone else, and
beating those pillows.
Beating those pillows, oh my God, can I tell you how good that feels? At first it feels really strange, because you're just like, oh, this is really stupid. Because we're conditioned to not release, not let it out. But once you start getting familiar with it, and you realize how good it feels, it becomes a normal practice, and then you just get through lemons. You just throw them off of you because you're responding to them. It's really wonderful.
It's a lemon repellent.
Lemon repellent. It's lemon opening. It's like, I'm going to look at this. So that's where the sugar comes in, because we get the clarity on how something serves us. We get the clarity on what that experience means for us, if we want to make certain adjustments, which I think always come back to loving ourselves more, acknowledging ourselves more. Sometimes we're not seeing it in our world, and then we go, wow, I'm not seeing it from the other person because I'm not giving it to myself first. And what I found is that when you give it to yourself first, others respond as well.
I agree. I've experienced it. I will say that I have experienced it. And many women, people out there can do the same thing just by following some really, I think you said simple.
They're very practical steps.
Small steps to changing within to get a better outer appearance. Not necessarily appearance, but experiences.
Yes.
With people, with life, with issues. It just starts from inside of you.
Yes. Yeah. That's the bottom line. What I feel is that if we understand that our reality, our physical reality, is a perfect reflection. Listen, that's interesting. It's a perfect reflection of our inner world. And in order to change the physical to be more preferred, change the inside first. And the physical world will follow. That's the premise. So, okay, if the inside is what I'm reflecting in my world, how do I change the inside? And that's what Lemonade is all about.
I love it. It tastes so good when you get it. When you get it right, it tastes so good. So you have some amazing things coming up. We're not going to put them out there quite yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but this book is available on Amazon.
On Amazon.
And where else can they purchase the book?
Yeah,
Through
my
website.
website at janetdthomas.com.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. It's also Kindle. It's on bn.com, iTunes.
Everywhere.
It's out there.
Everywhere. And you're on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. I am the Lemonade Lady.
Who knew?
I know, right? On Twitter, Lemonade Lady, and my website is available, and I'm so excited.
I know. It's great talking to your energy
Oh.
about it. You can tell that you're passionate about it. So whenever you're passionate about something, you know it's going to go far. It's going to be great. So I wish you the most success. I'm sorry, I get choked up. Success because you really are doing this from a good place.
Thank you,
From a good place. So
I
thank you so
appreciate that.
much for joining us today, and I look forward to many more
Yes.
inspirational thoughts from you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll be back.